GGRC.
Hey everybody, welcome to another E3 2019 trailer reaction video here on GGRC. I'm RC, and this guy over here, this is Sushi. Try not to bother him too much. He's getting his cat snooze on here, though he's been getting his snooze on during the whole E3 process here. Regardless, right now we're going to be taking a look at the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, this is a game that was not on my radar whatsoever. Like, I was like, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, whatever. Like, there's been so many rumors and things going on about it, you know, that it's going to be episodic, that, you know, it's not going to be the same game it was. You know, they're changing a lot about it. While some of that is true, it's come out that I guess it's not episodic anymore. It seems like it's going to be like a 2-disc thing. Now, I don't know if that means that it is episodic and they're going to release 2 versions of the game, like one disc next year and then another disc like a couple years from now when they finally finish the next set of it, or if that means they really do have all of this finished and there's 2 discs of content with the game when it comes out next March. And that's the other big thing, is that this has a release date. It's March 3rd of 2020. So they wrote the date for it all weird. I believe they wrote 03032020, like this weird, you know, almost like a, you know, binary thing going on. It's not all ones and zeros, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, this game was not on my radar at all. Like, I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII when it came out back when. It's not a game that I've replayed through a bunch of times. Like, it's one of those games that I feel like I've started like 20 times and just like never got to the end, you know? I think I had one really, really good go of the game when I was much younger. I think a friend of mine let me borrow his PlayStation to play the game because he I think at the time had put his PlayStation away and was just like, yeah, you know what, I'm kind of done with video games for a little while. And I said, hey, would you mind if I borrowed it just to play Final Fantasy VII, because I've never had the chance to actually like just sit down and play it myself. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I borrowed it, and I think I played it for a little bit over the course of like, you know, a couple weeks, maybe a month or something like that. And I got pretty far into it. I did end up getting to, I think, the end of the 2nd disc, into the 3rd disc, and I just kind of dropped off because the game at that time I thought was so long compared to other games that I was playing. Like, I was just like, man, this game is so long. There's so much to it. And after a while, you know, the repetitive battles and everything like that just get old. Yeah, but anyway, I enjoyed it back then, and every now and then I would restart a game with a friend or on a friend's PS1 or whatever. You know, I'd only get so far, and then I was like, whatever, I'm done, you know. But it definitely is a game that sits in my mind as like a very, very cool game. Like, it had such style and it had such story and character to it. I remember all of the characters' names and everything like that because they were all unique and they were fun. As you can see, you know, I have Barrett sitting right up here, like waiting to get going here. So after seeing what they did today with it, though, I'm actually more excited, even though it's a game that's kind of like something I've left to the 90s, something I've left with nostalgia because it's something I haven't really wanted to revisit because of, you know, how much I experienced it back as a kid. I must say that I'm actually pretty impressed with what they're doing with the remake. And on top of that, one of the big reasons I am interested in it is that they've redone the whole battle system. It's completely different than what they did with 7. It's a little bit more, you know, real time. And some of the fights and the effects and everything just look absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to jump into it here. There's actually a full 20-minute showing of this that we're not going to get into. If you guys want to check that out, I recommend it. I mean, you know, if you're looking forward to this game, I recommend checking it out. But I just want to show off the battle stuff here because it actually shows off gameplay, which is what I'm mostly interested in. Because everyone knows that Square does probably the most beautiful CG movies in the industry, right? But what's more important to me is that they have a good gameplay prowess with the game, because more often than not with Final Fantasy games, I'm usually not interested because the gameplay is not really there for me. I don't find it very interesting. There's not much about it that really keeps me going, and I don't find the story all that interesting with a lot of them either. So here we are with the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. It's about, I think it's like 8 minutes of gameplay footage or whatever. So let's jump into it. All right, we're going to restart this right at the beginning. This was during the Square Enix presentation, so that's where we're going to take off right here.
Final Fantasy VII Remake features a hybrid gameplay system that merges real-time action with strategic command-based combat. For starters, each press of the square button is a swing of Cloud's Buster Sword. Cloud attacks, dodges, and blocks all in real time. His standard attacks do some damage, but they barely scratch the surface of Cloud's true potential. Succeeding on the battlefield requires much more than just hacking and slashing. Cloud needs to be tactical. He needs ATB. 2 ATB bars are displayed in the lower right. These fill up slowly over time, but fill much faster as Cloud lands standard attacks.
So he's explained the whole process here.
You can enter tactical mode, where time slows to a crawl and you have the opportunity to choose actions from the command menu. Katase-san, I've had the pleasure of seeing quite a bit of the game, but tactical mode never gets old for me. I could just sit here all day long and watch this beautiful slow motion action.
He's like, yeah, sure, dude. Whatever you say.
I think the audience would like to see more. Isn't that right, everyone?
Fair enough. Good point, good point.
Yeah?
Well, once in tactical mode, you can choose to perform various abilities, such as Cloud's Braver attack.
You guys remember Braver?
Using an item in battle will deplete an ATB charge, and if Cloud has the right materia equipped and enough MP, he can use ATB charges to cast spells.
So really cool if they show the materia in the weapon like that.
We're sure to see some familiar faces.
And of course, here's Barrett, looking pretty awesome.
Gun arm, Barrett is able to target enemies at a distance. Barrett's standard attacks generate ATB charges similar to Cloud, but his abilities are entirely different. Switching between characters in combat is done with a single button press, which makes rotating through party members a snap. Speaking of other party members, Katase-san, when are we going to see Tifa in action?
The audience freaks out later when they see Tifa, by the way. It's worth watching just for that.
Continue to fight even when you're not controlling them directly, but it's up to you to choose how and when ATB charges are used. You can maximize your effectiveness by switching between characters or issuing commands to characters with full ATB bars. Every enemy has a focus gauge that fills up as you do damage. When the gauge is full, the enemy becomes staggered and you'll deal bonus damage. Tactical mode evokes the command selections from the original Final Fantasy VII and allows players to enjoy battle while taking the time to think strategically. For players who prefer fast-paced action, abilities and spells can be bound to shortcuts for immediate execution. Shortcuts make combat extremely dynamic, but the choice of using them is entirely up to you. Right, Katase-san?
Sure, whatever you say, dude.
That's right. The game has been made so that you can choose how to play. I hope players get excited about this.
Well, definitely. I really like the battle system here.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we look forward to showing you a whole lot more in the coming months. For now, let's see how Cloud and Barrett do against a more formidable foe.
So this fight right here was actually the fight in the very beginning of the game, when they're going to set the bomb and then this thing goes to attack them, for those of you who remember. But I thought that this was a great showcase of the game right here. And the characters actually have a lot of chatter here, too.
Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
It's got reinforced armor plating, but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, huh?
So he's switching between Barrett and Cloud here, which is pretty cool. They're both building up their bars to use their special abilities.
It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
And the fighting in this just looks awesome, which is why I wanted to include this part specifically. This boss battle is so cool.
I ain't gonna get away. Oh yeah! Time for some hardcore payback.
Going all out.
Nope. Time for the next phase.
A barrier? Never seen this defense system before.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
Shoot it. He's got Cloud. Boom. Cloud's got a heal though.
Bingo. Focus on that.
Oh, he's hitting him right in the robot butthole thing.
Take him down.
Next phase. More rockets. But look how cinematic they make this too. Like, not only are you controlling the battle and everything with the characters, but like, just the amount of time they put into the cinematics of this is just super impressive.
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
You sure? Being hit by that laser may not be so bad.
Take cover behind that debris.
Fuck all this!
Strike now before it fires again.
Come get some! Hey, it's doing that thing again!
Find cover and hunt her down.
It's doing that thing again.
Again and again.
It is funny to watch the numbers go up. Sometimes you're just like ones and twos. 37 is a big number for this guy.
What's it doing now?
An auto repair unit. Damn it. We gotta take it out quicker with screw.
The fire coming! The fire coming! This one right here!
There you go, fire in the hole on the left leg. There's the big shot. Boom. Pretty nice explosions too. Really nice effects.
Taking over. Going in. You're as good as dead.
Boom. Beautiful. A 100 XP gain just looks so paltry, doesn't it? For this big of a boss. Well, this is the first boss of the game. It's how it all starts.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
So that is the end of that one there. Here, let's find a good shot to end it on. I think that's pretty good there. But yeah, guys, like I said, like I thought I got my fill of Final Fantasy VII back when I was a kid playing this with my friends, PS1 and that kind of thing. So up when this was first announced and everything, I really was not excited at all. I was just kind of like, yeah. But now that I'm seeing this come to fruition, seeing what it's becoming and everything, I could definitely say I'm excited for this game now. It looks awesome. The battle system just is super, like, it really has me intrigued. And it just looks like a lot of fun to control the characters. I love the bounce back thing where you can go between characters and do different abilities when it's ready and everything. I know this is nothing new in certain games, but to apply it to the Final Fantasy VII, template and story and game and everything like that, when they have like new voice acting, and they're completely bringing this whole world to life, in this 3D. Not that it was 3D back then as well, but now this is like this beautiful, fully rendered 3D world here. It's just super exciting, and I am now officially I think I'm officially going to take the dive on this game. I don't know if I'll get it when it comes out or whatever, but I will definitely play this at some point because I am excited to check it out for sure. Tell me your guys' Final Fantasy VII experiences, because this was a big game when it came out, and it continues to be a lot of people's favorite Final Fantasy game. Back when I was a kid, I didn't have as much experience with Final Fantasy games. I think I played Final Fantasy 1 on the NES at one point, didn't really care for it. I don't think I played another one up until this game, to be quite fair. And I had a friend who used to play Final Fantasy Tactics a lot on the PS1. I used to not really get much out of that one. I didn't really like the turn-based strategy back then. It has grown on me over the years, but it's a game I've never returned to or anything like that. But you guys let me know what you think of Final Fantasy and what you think of this remake, because I think it looks damn cool. So, all right, guys, I'll see you all in the next trailer reaction video for E3 here. See you then.